A conservative MAGA supporting creator made a video talking about asking why we on the left don't support ICE's attempts to round up some of the most dangerous criminals, people who rob, steal, murder, and rape, things of that nature. And I made a video reply to that, pointing out how that's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing. They're not, when they go to these urban areas, when they go to New York and Chicago and Los Angeles and Philadelphia, ICE isn't going into the gang-ridden neighborhoods. No. They don't have the fucking balls for that. I mean, they don't even have balls to show their face, let alone go into a gang neighborhood. No, they're going to places of employment. They're going to farms where these migrants are picking fruit and picking vegetables, and they're taking them from there. They're going to meat packing plants and arresting them on the processing floor. They're going to warehouses and arresting them on the warehouse floor. They're going to hotels and restaurants and arresting them in the rooms that they're cleaning or in the kitchens where they're cooking food and washing dishes. They're not going around arresting the hardened criminals. They're arresting people that are just here trying to put a roof over their head. And this person said, just because they work at a meatpacking plant, a farm, a hotel, whatever, just because they work somewhere doesn't mean they don't have a criminal record. That's true. Just because they're being arrested at a place of employment doesn't mean that they don't have a criminal record. But when you actually look into who's being arrested, you'll see that a vast majority of them don't have a criminal record. From the Cato Institute, 65% of people taken by ICE had no convictions. 93% had no violent convictions. This is from June 20th. New non-public data from Immigration and Customs Enforcement indicate that the government is primarily detaining individuals with no criminal convictions of any kind. Also, among those with criminal convictions, they are overwhelmingly not of the violent offenses that ICE continuously uses to justify its deportation agenda. As of June 14th, ICE has booked into detention 204,297 individuals. Of those bookings, 65%, or 133,687 individuals, had no criminal conviction. Moreover, more than 93% of ICE bookings were never convicted of any violent offenses. About 9 in 10 had no convictions for violent or property offenses. Most convictions, 53%, fell into 3 main categories: immigration, traffic, or nonviolent vice crimes. For property convictions, there were 7,606. That's 3.7% of the people that were booked in. Violent crimes, 6.9%. Nonviolent vice crimes like drugs or things of that nature, drinking in public, 4.5%. Immigration offenses, 7%. Traffic offenses, 6.9%. Other, 5.6%. And no criminal convictions whatsoever, 65.4%. Here, they even put it in picture format so folks like you can grasp it. So while you're correct that just because you work at a hotel or a restaurant or a meatpacking plant or pick fruit on a farm, that doesn't mean that you have a criminal or that you don't have a criminal record. But when you look at who ICE is picking up, 65% of them have no criminal record, and 93% of them have no violent criminal record. Now what?